Good afternoon. Oh, good morning to everyone. This is the power of healing with Utabi Ngowekethelo. It is Freedom Day, and I don't know why. Um, Gogo would want me to speak about this, but yeah, as I said, Happy Freedom Day, guys, and I hope you do enjoy your your holiday or your long weekend. So, as you see, the topic for today is why do ancestors make the spiritual journey difficult? And it's a question that we all have, or it's a question that we normally like. Is it Omaya Gabi? And you say, but why does it have to be difficult? Or when you get to the end and you realize the difficulty or the hardship, and you like but I could but there was no need for this. And I think with me I got to realize that kahle kahle fanele be difficult, and I'm going to explain why fanele be difficult, because we have a problem, ne? Tina, as human beings, we have a problem of things that are received easily. So anything received easily, guys, gives you the impression that you have everything under control, that it was your own doing, that it's easy to get again, and also that, as I said, you are in control of it, and you can have your own way. Um, you can have your own way with it, but you are actually deceiving yourself, because whatever that has been received easily can be lost easily as well. It's you are anything that you have received easily can be lost, or anything that you have found easily or received easily can be lost easily again. Um, so we tend to take for granted izinto that we have received easily. We take them for granted a lot of times, and I'm going to give a few examples because I want us to understand ukuthi ngikhuluma ngani. So anything that is actually received easily, guys, you're not aware, or you misunderstand which has to be maintained. So it's received easily or found easily, but the maintenance of it is very difficult and very challenging. So when we get things ngendlela elula, siba nalomqondo ukuthi I have it under control, or it's in the palm of my hand. Kanti actually it's not, because the maintenance of that thing, or of keeping that thing, becomes harder. Okay, so I want to talk about, let me make an example about work, ne? Any employment that you get easily, you apply today, you get to the interview tomorrow, and then you are hired to the next day. Any employment that you get easily, or ufake umuntu, no, somebody took you and then now you get employed. Any employment that you find easy, umsebenzi othole lula, that you didn't have to go through interviews and applying and submitting CVs, you tend to take it for granted in such a way that you develop an attitude. Emsebenzini, you develop this attitude because ize lula. And that is why when we pray, God just says, God has never said no, but he says not yet, because you are not ready for what you for lento icelayo. So it doesn't come easy. But at the end of the day, because God has realized, or God knows, that anything you receive easily when becomes a problem. If you were doing matric last year and then this year you get employment, you tend to think you've got everything under control. And in my world, these things don't happen. That is why you would find that people would say, "Mina give me never." and then you undermine abantu who have struggled for years to get employment because when yours is elula, but not understanding that for when losing it is going to be easy as well. So any employment that you would get that's easy, believe me, you're going to develop something. You're going to our futhi, even at work awunandaba whether you come late, whether awunandaba, because lento izelula mus. So when you have applied for years, labantu laba who've applied for employment for years and had to go from pillar to post, those people respect even their time in. They respect isikhathi. You'd find that the person starts at 8:30, but 7:30 they are at work. Because uyayazi i-hardship of getting this, uyayazi indlela ayihambile or ibanga alihambile to get to this point. So that is why you get that the I'm a 2000, which I don't want to put it like that. But our young generation thinks that everything becomes easy because we have made things easy for them. So they initially think yonke into fanekiseka lula. Now I want to talk about also get into the space of love and relationship and lifetime commitments. There's a saying that uh, a woman is not easy, but she makes things easy for you. Akekho umuntu wesifazane omthola kalula, wuye owenza izinto lula for wena. She makes the choice to make things easy for you. Akekho umuntu olula la. Akekho umuntu ozothi ngimthole lula. Even with a man that gives you everything, he made that choice to be like that. Akunakuthi mina I have him under control. Mina yeah, no, I mean Hashem lento engimnike yona, there's no such. He made that choice and he was distinctive of what he wants. He knew exactly ukuthi ufunani. So there is no such thing as mina for mina, no, mina wami angeke akayenzi lento, mina wami akusumuntu wakho lo. So you should like that perception of us thinking that it's my own doing and I've got it under control and it's my way or the highway. That has to stop. Anything that you've received easy or anything that you receive and found easy, believe me, the maintenance of it is hard. So umuntu wesifazane ume umtholile and wamthola kalula, even losing the same person kulula. Now what's going to happen is that later on in life you're going to realize that you actually needed that thing and you lost it. It is reacquiring what you have lost, what you have found and lost is harder and challenging, or might not even happen. Foot might not even come your way. Foot. So there's this, I don't know, there's this mentality that when you pursue someone, and this is in terms of love and relationship, when you pursue someone for years, lo muntu uzohlala nawe and because you've pursued that person for years. But the problem is pursuing things for years and finally uthole. After 5 years, then you get to realize, I've been pursuing something for 4 years and I really didn't need that. It's not what I needed or what I was looking for. But now, the investment of energy and time that you went about pursuing that thing, when you think about it, that's why people now turn and be monsters and get and the relationship is not toxic because it's akasakwazi let her go because now I've invested so much time and energy in this that now I like ngiyoqalela phansi. So it's very difficult now ukuthi mawucabanga ukuthi uyoqalela phansi, but but you have invested and maintained something that really uh, it was not really what you were looking for. So abantu have a tendency when they get something easy, they have the tendency of relaxing and iyabhora futhi into oyithole kalula, iyabhora. Ungaze usho nawe ukuthi eish, hayi lento le yazini, hayi lo, hayi. Kanti that is exactly what you need. We need ukuthi we need I think I spoke about the how we communicate within ourselves. So the video that I made about the how the flow of communication is, the flow of communication within ourselves, ukuthi into mawuyithola noma uyithatha uyise kuyiphi i-direction. So even with the relationship, guys, mawuthola umuntu, it's never easy ukuthi ngimthole easy mina yay, the maintenance of it is hard, and you are not in control. Believe me, you are not in control. So what I want to emphasize on that is the fact that you can lose it as easily as you have found it. Anything that has to do with another human being, believe me, is not easy. Okay. And thinking that just because lento le ngiyisebenzele, or this person ngimphesiwe for years, it's anyeke azangilahle, believe me, angakulahla, or believe me, naye khona bekayiphesiwa for years. So where there is another person involved, never take that for granted. That is why there's saying that never take anything for granted. And then I'm going to make an example about children now, where our kids get everything and initially get spoiled because they think life is easy. That is why you would get that kids who are spoiled and get everything easily, or are not denied anything, get into drugs. Because I can take money and ngambe ngiyothenga. Whenever I ask for money, I get it, and then they tend to think, they get into these things as wrong. Now that does not mean to get who are raised that kids who are raised in hardship don't fall into things. They do, because now when they get exposed to a soft life, they experience a hardship. When they get to a soft life, they develop attitude and arrogance. It's a few that would say ngiyazi lapha engiphuma khona, and be humble in life. You know, when umuntu athola into angazange I expected it would happen in their lives, kukhona who become humbled about that and be grateful, and then kube khona lo othi ungasamazi umuntu. And then when you think about it, lo muntu lapha phuma khona fanele ngabe uyithobile, fanele ngabe uphansi, fanele ngabe uyamazisa omunye umuntu, kodwa indlela esenza ngayo, you question that. And that's because now the mindset tells them that I've got this most. So that is why, as much as ungakuthola konke, ungakuluza futhi konke. That I always want us to understand. And I'll explain what this palm means. So children that get everything easily destroy everything easily. That is why you get a child killing a parent, because bengithola yonke into, and all of a sudden after 25 years, now you think of denying me things. Because the concept of saying ayikwazi ukuyenzeka lento was never introduced. So you cannot bend a child 25 years and now try to reintroduce things. Ligotshwa semanzi. Now with the spiritual journey now. Oh no, before we get into the spiritual journey, money. Imali etholakele kalula, guys. You blow it. You end up buying things that you don't need. And I'm sorry, but I can attest to that. Not now that I'm in my spiritual journey and understand things, but I can attest to that from uh way back, where you would get to Mali and you just go and get something, and when you get home you'll be like, do I really need this? Do you understand? But now when Mali, there's a program that's called I Blew It, and when you listen to the stories that these people are telling, uh, what they've done with the money, umuntu has went through an accident that and a permanent damage, but I told le mali, and then they don't even think about the ukuthi konje I'm in pain that's going to last me for years, and that's going to last me for a lifetime. But basebenzisa imali recklessly, and then now after money has gone, you realize ukuthi yazi kahle kahle I'm in a situation where I needed money uh every month for medication to control this pain. So because it was received easy, the flow, because when we receive things, guys, initially what happens is that the flow goes here into your head instead of your heart. So that is when you get lost. You understand? Um, and that's because that's how easy things become. It goes here always. Uh, Now with the spiritual journey, why Abogogo would make the spiritual journey difficult is because it has to have meaning. It has to, when you get to that point where you say, indlela engihambile to get here, and you think of people like invading in your space, you'll be like, no. So you ufake fence around what you have struggled for, because me losing everything just for this minor thing akwenzi sense. Ukulahlekelwa okukhona ngokungekho akwenzi sense, because I know the struggles that I've been through, and with the spiritual journey, that is why it gets so intense, that some people actually commit suicide, and some people actually find themselves yeah, no, the struggle is too much, and it gets into a mental state, and that is not just to punish you, but that is to show you yabona, should you get your breakthrough, believe me, you hold on, you cling to it, because once izoba lula, the spiritual journey, if you can just get if the first consultation you get breakthrough, you find there was nothing to it, mos, it just bekuyinto encane nje, but manje mawuzohamba and then fanele kuyothwasa, and then you go into initiation, and for some reason it does not go well. You go to the second one, or you go for consultation, you are told this, but there's no breakthrough. When you get to the breakthrough and you get to breathe, that's when it has meaning. When you get to the breakthrough and now you can breathe and see the light, it has meaning, because you will follow instructions as per, like to the T. You would follow instructions and directives and guidance to the T, because we are the struggles that you've went through. You've went through pain, you've went through physical pain, you've went through mental pain, you've went through misery. And for you to get here, I would hold on to this with everything that I've got. You've grasped you are full luto. You grasp things with both hands and you hold on, because losing the space where I am now and easy. So that is why, because you would constantly remind yourself and humble yourself to the fact that this is not mine. This was a gift, and to receive this blessing and to be in this point of life where I've got this blessing, you don't take it for granted. Uzobe ungafundanga lutho if you get to that point and you take things for granted. The journey was pointless for you. Because in hardship and in struggling and in falling and having to stand up and lift yourself up, falling and having to lift yourself up, something needs to happen la. You've as you go through that, you develop wisdom and you develop maturity. So anything ozoyithola and uyithole is a spiritual journey nje if nabazali who've paid for everything. This like they pay for everything, they pay for initiation, they pay, and then you are sudden you are okay, you are sebenza, and you see it iba light kuwe ukuthi well, things can happen. Mina inkomo ubaba ngalithenga inkomo manje, but when you have to struggle to get to inkomo yokuphuma, you know the meaning of this thing ukuthi hey thina sadlule entweni. Now, I'm going to be talking about safeguarding your spirit from misery. I'll probably do a video later today. But what I am trying to say is that it is very difficult for us to lose the freedom that we have got from the apartheid days, because the people who were there, the people who faced that, for them it's a trauma for life. So as much as things are happening and we feel that we are not free, losing the 10% that we have got from those experiences and from what our parents and our great-great-parents have experienced, we are fighting with it with tooth and nail. Not because sifuna in, but because going back there is a mission. As I've said, reacquiring what you have found and lost is more harder and more challenging than the first time. And sometimes might not even happen again. Kunesisho sithi amanzi ayabuya, amanzi aphindame. If vibration mase waphindama noma ngesinye isikhathi lapha sazoma azophindama futhi amase engcolile. That you must put into mind. Going back and getting somebody that you have lost because you have taken them for granted over the years. Mawubuya, you must also understand that the person has experience with you. So they can never be the same with you because the experience has taught them ukuthi wena ubathatha kalula. So losing something that you had before, sobuyela sekune experience ethize. Or because now you would be expecting now that the person is going to be the same, but umfundisile. You have taught them good way. Now how do you handle things that come easy? So now when you come back, I am no longer going to be the same because you took for granted what I have been to you over the years or over that time. So when now you've got tendencies of taking things for granted, most. I always say prevention is better than cure, and we need to prevent and understand that we can always lose anything that we got. You can lose it as easily as you have acquired it. You can lose it again. So I'm going to be sharing the story that I learned when I was young. The story of this palm. What is the story behind the palm? You see this person standing here, uphansi. This person angakhuphuka in life and get here, and the same person that is here angawa fikela. So now sewile uwile more than this one. Okay, now here this circle means this is a circle of life. As you look at your hands, you must understand that this is a circle of life. When God was saying this is our circle of life and the circle goes here, asilingani futhi as we always say ukuthi asilingani as these fingers are. So the circle says that usengafika la, usengafika la, usengafika la. It's a matter of time. And time has no friend or no enemy. So we need to know that in everything, we cannot take things for granted. As you have acquired it, you can actually lose it in the same manner. So ngiyabonga kakhulu guys, and I do hope that we have learned from this and that we enjoy our holiday and our holidays and try to be more cautious of things we do and in how we respond to things, because perception can be your deepest lendo. Failure, how you perceive things, can lead you to failure. And akunamuntu oyisilima, never. They pretend to be, but believe me, akunamuntu oyisilima, because ngisho isilwane, you can harbor a dog for years and think ukuthi hayi inja yami ngijwayele, one day it will click ukuthi konje mina ngiyinja ngiyisilwane, and bite, and then the dog bites you, because kukhona ilanga elibadom. Kukhona ngesizulu kuthiwa kukhona ilanga elingeliyo, where that day becomes a turn of events within a split of a second foot. So I hope you take on to my advice and you think about it as we enjoy our holiday. We think about a lot of things. We think ukuthi ngisho nakubantu abadala, never ever think that you can manipulate them. Ngenza nje ngoba ngiyadlulisa, and then yeah, sengiyenza nje ngoba ngifuna ukudlulisa and ngifuna izinto ziye ngendlela yami. It doesn't work like that. What you put out there, what you give, you also receive. If with them, I always say kune nika in that world. How you give and what you give to me is how I receive it and give back to you. As I say, mauba pushele aside. Now with the nabo, they can push you aside, and they will push you aside. It's a nigga in that world. So we need to understand that we cannot manipulate them, as much as we cannot even manipulate God and use God where it suits us. Maingaksuti for that moment, he does not exist, but maiksuta, then you apply the concept of God. Aksebenzi kanjalo. Let us not mix into the physical or the physical mindset with the spiritual. Aksebenzi ngaleyo ndlela. And you cannot even manipulate them in saying, yabona lana abantu abadala are implying this, lana abantu abadala, and then at the end of the day, you're not listening to them. You know abantu abadala bafuna senze kanje, and then makufika certain things abantu abadala basasebenzi, then it does not work like that. You actually using them for your benefit. And one thing that I know from what I have learned is that when you think you're using them, they're actually using you to be an example sometimes. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you do subscribe to my channel and do turn on notifications. Thank you.